The International Criminal Court is an impartial body created by the Rome Statute from 1998. Two-thirds of the members of the United Nations are members of it. That's 124 member states. The judges are elected by the Assembly of State Parties to the Rome Statute. They come from the highest qualifications from around the world. And the same thing is true with respect to the principle of impartiality going to the office of the prosecutor of the International Criminal Court. And again, he's chosen by the Assembly of State Parties. And there's been a string of distinguished lawyers who've reached that position over the last 20 years. So in terms of bias, in terms of partiality, I don't think those arguments have a lot to stand on. I mean, this is probably fairly typical of the reaction that Israel has been making over the last 13 months with respect to resolutions coming from the Security Council, resolutions coming from the General Assembly, decisions coming from the International Court of Justice, and now this announcement today with respect to the arrest warrants coming from the International Criminal Court.
So what happens next, Professor? What are the next steps? Will this change anything? And in terms of any kind of enforcement mechanism, it sounds like the only people who can enforce this are member countries that are involved in the ICC. For example, if Benjamin Netanyahu travels to Berlin, France, or London, he could potentially be arrested.
Yes, look, the 124 member states of who belong to the Rome Statute and the ICC all have an obligation under the statute to arrest anybody on their soil for whom there is an arrest warrant that has been issued by the court. That would include most of Europe, including Berlin, Paris, London. It would include my country, Canada, Australia, Japan, and a number of other countries with respect to this. So the world for Benjamin Netanyahu and Yoav Galan has gotten a lot smaller as a result of this arrest warrant application being accepted by the court. Now, the court cannot try those two individuals in absentia. They actually have to be either arrested or voluntarily surrender themselves to the court in order for the trials to go ahead. So there may not ever be a trial if they are wise enough not to enter into the soil of any of the member states. But
Understood.
Is this a good day for accountability and international law?
I got to ask you why the ICC would issue an arrest warrant for Mohammad Deif, the Hamas military commander, when Israel says they killed him earlier this year.
Hamas, in June, the prosecutor issued arrest warrants for 3 senior Hamas leaders. 2 of them have been killed, and their deaths have been confirmed. To the best of my knowledge, Mohammad Deif's death has not been confirmed by Hamas. Therefore, the arrest warrant was issued on the possibility that he's still alive.